Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gojio Go. Today, I am going to show you how to route Dubler 2's MIDI signal through Ableton to Maschine. I'm also going to show you how to do a general setup of Machine's outputs to to Ableton. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Right here, I have a blank default Ableton session open. You can delete all the tracks that you have there, and you could drop Maschine 2 in, and we could close Maschine for now. You could delete that last track and expand the Maschine one. Now, what you're going to want to do is create 15 more tracks to have 16 total. The track that it has Maschine on it right now counts as channel 1. It's the host channel and also the channel 1 output. So use Command and T to create more tracks. So keep going until you have 16 total. Now, I'm going to hit Tab and go to the mixer view, but you can stay in the other view if you'd like. And what you're going to want to do is select all the channels from 2 to 16. You can click the first one and then scroll over to the right and hit Shift click. Now you have them all selected. What you want to do is from the audio from section, pick Maschine 2 from the first channel as your source. And then you also want to make sure that your monitor is turned in so that you can hear the sounds coming from Maschine. Now, what you also want to do is pick the corresponding output number to the same number of the channel you're on. So channel 2 comes out, the source comes from Maschine out 2. And then channel 3 has output 3, channel 4 has output 4, and so on and so forth. And keep doing that until you make it all the way to channel 16. And I'm going to cut this segment of the video out, and then we'll continue with more routing from there. Okay. Now that you have your 16 outputs routed, what you want to do is create 2 extra MIDI channels. The way you do that is with Command Shift and T. So Command Shift T to make 2 more MIDI channels. Mine came out over here, but I want to put them towards the end. I probably had one of those. I probably had channel 2 selected, and that's why they popped up over there. But I'm gonna put one between the second last channel and then the last channel. So now, I'm gonna put them like this. So MIDI channels should be 16 and 18. And for the routing on these, your MIDI from is going to be Dubler 2. And the channel for this one is going to be channel 10 for the triggers. Monitor in, MIDI output to Maschine channel, and into Maschine MIDI 10. On the second MIDI channel, you're going to pick Dubler 2 again. This time you're going to pick channel 1 for the pitch information. Monitor in, Maschine channel 1 as sending to, and Maschine MIDI channel 1. So now if I activate Dubler's triggering, you should be able to see signal coming into here. So here's Dubler. I already have my some triggers active, and the pitch is on. So if you look at Ableton, you should see some data coming through. So there's no sound because we still have to do the routing in Maschine and put sounds in Maschine. And then here's the singing. Whatever. So the signal is working. So now we go back to Ableton. Let's go to Maschine and work. By the way, you could turn this monitor on as well on the first channel. Let's go to Maschine and open Maschine up. What we're gonna do first is continue the routing. So what we're gonna do is on every one of these pads, we're gonna route out to Ableton so that the signal can show. So for channel 1, we're going to the IO section, which is here, or the top left on your MK3. And then for output, we're going to audio, and the destination down here is going to be set to external 1. You can also do it manually up here on your MK3, but external 1. Now for 2, we're going to go to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, and so on, so forth. Bars. And once that's complete, we're only going to go up to channel 15. And then for the last channel, we're going to use another pad in another group. And the reason we want to do that is that if you were ever to put effects on Machine's group, that way you don't affect that extra pad that's for pitch information. And yeah, it's just so they don't collide with each other. So we'll go to this next pad here, this next group, I mean, and then the next pad for the sound, we're going to external 16. So now we're going to work on the MIDI routing for this. We're going to go back to the first group. We're going to make sure we're on the group section in the IO section. And for routings, we're going to go to manual, which you could do manually with your hand or here on the software. For the source, we're going to the host, which is Ableton, and then the channel is going to be channel 10 because that is the trigger channel. And then for the other pitch information, we're going to the next group on the same single pad we made. We're going to the sound section, which is here. And then for the sort, we're going to go to MIDI first. And then for the source, we're going to the host again, which is Ableton. Channel is going to be channel 1 because that's where the pitch is getting sent to from Ableton. All we have to do is load up an instrument or an expansion. Or you could load up individual sounds if you'd like, but let's just do one of these first ones. So, sorry, I know, just delete pad 16, because that was the one we weren't supposed to use. And so now, so you can route as you please on here. And everything should be fine. I moved my Dubler stuff around, so it's not where the snare should be. But it'll all work fine. The signal is coming through Ableton. Anyway, you could see here the signal's coming through as well. Now all we need to do left is load a sound on the single pad we made earlier. So you could just go to instruments, and you could load a piano if you want, just to test it. Whatever. And yeah, the last thing I need to mention about all this is that whatever pad you're active on, that hasn't been routed is on by default with MIDI. So if you had something loaded on this pad that's empty right now, and you started singing or playing, it'll start triggering the keyboard section in Maschine. So even though there's no sound in here active right now, you would hear the sound if you were active on this pad. So what you want to do is make sure that your MIDI source is set to none in Maschine up here. So just go to your sound on the IO section on your input MIDI, none. And now there's nothing coming through it now. So that's complete. That's it for the tutorial. I will show you my template in case you want to get an idea of how you can route Maschine. But this is all you need to watch if this is all you wanted to find out. I'm just gonna load up a template and then that'll be the end of the video. So this is my template on Ableton. It's pretty much like the thing I showed you earlier, except this is just all organized. Everything is color coded with Maschine. So everything you see in orange is like the 9 tracks in orange are the 9 pads in Maschine. And then the other colors, yellow, lime green, green, blue, etc., correspond to the groups in Maschine. So that way, if I want to route out any specific sounds from groups only, I can do them through here as well. And then everything else is the same. Here's the MIDI channels I showed in the tutorial, and like I have a loaded expansion on the hot pink channel, so it's like so you could do a lot of stuff, and it's just practice. Like, I'm not good at this yet, in my opinion. Like you're just gonna have to get super creative with this thing and your own voice. I was gonna mention one thing. Oh, if you're on keyboard mode on Maschine and you go to like another, like a scale, it'll also affect how the notes are played on here. So like you should not hear my snare anymore. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Earlier, just so you know ahead of time, sometimes a doubler won't be able to train itself properly, because if this is not on chromatic before, it won't be able to do like C sharp, for example, and it'll like try to do this pad right here. I just wanted to point that out. It's working fine right now, but I don't know what's up with that. So it's just for you to know. And yeah, I mean, aside from that, I don't think there's anything else to show. That's it. So yeah, that's it for the video. If you like the content, make sure to sub. This isn't a tutorial channel though. This is a gaming / music channel. It'll be a mix of gaming and music. So I just wanted to make a tutorial because there was nothing out there on the internet for Ableton and Maschine and Dubler together. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.